Oh, we are live. What is the do? What is the business? Where it be? This is the Four Valley Boy Podcast. I am your host and
We're gonna
moderator.
share it.
Host moderator favorites. I got my guy Michael Atwater. I got Ryan Big Straw Anderson, who is holding up a terrible towel after a big win this weekend in Washington against the Commanders. Big win, big win, big win, big win. Tonight's show we were off last week, and I think we probably needed a week off, but we got some topics that need to be discussed. What we're going to talk about tonight. We do this. We know what needs to be talked about tonight: football and college football, NFL, and partner shots. But Straw, I got a new intro for you.
Come on with it.
Let's do this thing.
Do it.
And Big D. That's what makes this funny. How about the Cowboys? How about the Cowboys? Some way, somehow, when it counts, just wait. They will let you down. The accident, they will mess it up. Just wait. The accident, they will let you down. Just wait. The accident, waiting to happen. It will happen. I'm predicting they're gonna be irrelevant. I'm predicting an absolute embarrassment for the last decade and a half. They make me laugh. All the talent that they have is unbelievable, man. Big D, these are you. This is what they do. Walking through weed, show up on cue. Accident, something will go wrong. The accident of the big Jumbotron. Accident, gotta recognize it's a black cat running around that franchise. Say it with accident, they will mess it up. Just wait. The accident, they will let you down. Just wait. The accident, waiting to happen. It will happen. How about the Cowboys?
This is the Four Valley Boy Podcast. Of course, we have a lot of sponsors here on the show, and we're still waiting to get paid. So we've been doing sponsors for 3 years, and they haven't paid us yet. We're waiting for our money to come in. So where the hell our money at? Of course, we're on Sundays and Wednesdays. We're not on Sundays because of football. So when we're back, I got a bunch of movies I wanted to review. Dodgeball, a bunch of Crazy Straws. We got the founder and the owner of Crazy Straws, Ryan Big Straw Anderson. Talk about your product, Ryan.
Hey, so if you want, look, everybody get a straw. Everybody has a straw. You got plenty of choices out there. You can get bendy straws. You get regular straws. They got plenty of straws on the aisles in Walmart. Hey, but look, if you want straws, you want them crazy, get some crazy straws. Look, I promise you, football season, full gear. We're getting ready for the college football championships. The rankings are now out. NFL in full swing. You want something in this color right here? You want some of them colors right there? I got you. You want something? Well, you may not want nothing in Cowboys blue and silver, but hey, if you want it, I got it. Get you some crazy straws, ladies and gentlemen.
You heard it here from the founder, and he's not only a client, he's the president.
One more chance.
Ooh, Ryan, give me one more straw. One more straw. All right, just for men, if you got gray in your beard or your hair, you want to get it out. Ryan has the most immaculate beard in television. Don't do it. Just let it grow.
Just let it grow.
Just keep it in there. But if you got to look young, I guess, just for me, aisle 5 on Walmart. Dax Waving Groom, Michael Atwater. I met him in 1995. He always kept a low fade, bald fade. Sometimes he had a little Caesar, but he had waves. Now that Mike is topically challenged,
Wow.
he still has the waves from 1997.
That is.
That's a testament to the way Dax Waving Groom in the Wear It jar. Get yours today. Arizona Tea. This is one of Damon's sponsors. He said he messed around and drunk a whole can in 2 days. And he was pre-diabetic. Wilford Brimley drunk the whole can in one sitting, and he made commercial to buy diabetes. It's 89 cents. If you're really thirsty, just spend an extra $1, buy a bottle of water. Okay. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. BuyNiceShirt.com. You already know the deal. Bernard Ingram. BuyNiceShirt.com. Fort Valley, from Fort Valley. Alumnus of Fort Valley. member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. So get your paraphernalia if you went to HBCU or plays the black sorority of fraternity. Damon's podcast, chopping it up. He got some names on there, talks some good stuff, and of course our favorite sponsor, Henny and Coke, Crown Royal XO and Ginger Ale.
The dog liquors.
The dog liquors. What it do, fellas? You had a week off. How you been? How you been?
Slow motion, baby. Keeping it moving, though. Keeping it moving.
Chilling, cat daddy. Chilling.
Yeah, cat daddy.
Chilling, cat daddy.
Got a 10 on the tippy towel.
I just got that from that Scarface song. I never seen a man cry. That's what I said. I've been doing chilling, cat daddy.
Chilling bit down. All right, let's I wish Horatio was on tonight, dude. So I want to get his thoughts on this, but let's go ahead and spend a few minutes. We got a lot of football we got to catch up on, but let's talk about the literally the elephant in the room. America, what's up? Mike?
Now that the election over, I can honestly say I voted for Kamala Harris. It didn't go in that favor. We have to. I mean, we're not gonna leave America and go live in Mexico or Canada. So this is what we are presented with. I think people that don't support Trump or don't like Trump has got to get past the antics. Part of the problem with Trump has been the antics and the civil cases and this and that. Let's just try to focus on what he may be bringing to the table, policies, that kind of thing. Just get the antics out your head for a minute. Get the trials and the January 6th, all that kind of stuff out your head, and let's just try to focus on the politics. One good thing about this, Trump cannot run again after 4 years. So 2028, we're looking at a new president again. But I think Kamala didn't have enough assurance in what she was going to bring to the table with policy. I think Kamala started later. I think if Kamala would have got in the race way sooner, things might have been different. Now, she did do a good job, raising money and coming back. But when she lost those traditional blue states of like Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, once she lost Pennsylvania, I knew it was a wrap then. So I didn't support this president. I didn't vote for him. But now that he's here, let's just focus on the policies. What is he going to bring to the table?
He's not bringing nothing to the table, Mike. This man's talking. There's two things. Go ahead, Ron. I'll get to my thoughts in a second. Go ahead.
I'm really disappointed in some of the members of what were Democrats. Because and I say that because there's a number out there where so many Democrats switched their vote simply because she was the one.
No, hold on. You forgot an adjective.
A black woman.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Let me use. It's found upon a woman of color.
There you go.
A woman of color. So and we can simplify that even more. A woman. There are older people, black and white, that have the right to vote, that did vote, that are not ready for a woman president. Her policies, I didn't agree. I agree with a lot of her policies. One of her commercials was against Donald Trump, and this campaign, a lot of mudslinging. But one of the things that I did notice that she did say was that she was going to help the middle class, that traditional Democrat, how they do. But, if you're rich as hell, I'm not rich as hell. So I voted for Kamala Harris. But like my cousin just said, this is 4 years. We got to kind of we got to Grit and bear it, man. We got to bear this one out. We'll see what happens. It doesn't look good, to be honest, because some of the things that I've heard. And then he has Senate and House. So it's not looking good, but I'm like the man on the Five Heartbeats when they said this and that. We will see. We will see.
You gonna be her ass and melt salami on his customers? Well, that's why you usually.
In 2016, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote,
Now, Hood Rat is in here making a
but lost the electoral.
Strip the edges clean to the roots. Paul Rat, what you calling loud? I'm calling you loud, and
Joe Biden won the popular and electoral.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll see what my lawyer has to say about that.
Trump won the popular and electoral. So, to your point, Straw, you almost halfway right.
Lawyer, our best friend is an attorney.
This woman lost the popular vote when Hillary Clinton won by 4 million votes 8 years ago.
You know what?
So what does that tell you right there?
And if we don't
A woman of color was not going to go to the White House. You're supposed to saying we got our one. Be happy you got your one.
And we can't use the fact that black men or black people didn't vote. Kamala Harris got 78% of black men voted. So we can't use that. I think what put her over the top was college-age white kids. Because remember, 4 years ago, these kids couldn't vote. So college-age white kids and kids that became 18 years old that daddy supported Trump that are voting now, too. That played a part in it. A big part. So
here you go.
I also look at, like, to your other point, Michael, this is a fumbling by the Democratic Party because our current president waited and waited and waited and waited and waited until he decided not to re-up. And that put Sister Harris and a lot of the Democratic Party behind the 8 ball. Because if it's not her, you could have got another candidate in there that maybe would have toppled this thing. But I don't know who, but I'm just saying that you don't wait that long. You put your own vice president behind the 8 ball and then you didn't give her the same road running ground, the same campaign landscape as even you had, or as even Hillary Clinton had. And I just think I think it really did her an injustice. I think if she would have had more, I think if the party would have had more time, if she wasn't it, they should have found out who it was. But because they waited so long, okay, Vice President, she's ready. We back her, but your timetable's short.
If y'all look at the screen right there, look at that middle number, that middle section. Look at the Latino men. Clinton had it about the 31 plus 31 points or 31 million votes. Biden had it at 23 million votes. Look at Trump. He made up 36 million votes, dog, with Latino men. 36 million votes.
And that's surprising considering that when he ran in 2016, his whole thing was trying to keep with the wall and keeping Hispanics out and keeping people. That's extremely surprising to me.
Yeah. Now look at Latino women. They were Harris, but look at the decline though.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the decline. Hillary Clinton plus 44, excuse me. Biden plus 39. Harris plus 22. That is a 22 point deficit from 8 years ago to now.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's just amazing. And I don't know what he did this time that he didn't do 4 years ago. But like Michael was saying, the antics more than anything, I think, got the presidency away from him. Now this time, we got to, like I said, we got to grin and bear it. We got to grin and bear it and try to make the most out of a bad situation as Americans, not as white Americans, black Americans, but as Americans, and see if we don't mess it up for whoever comes next, that's a real politician, or is he gonna just try to stay the course, keep everything in front of him, and just get out in his 4 years? I don't think that. I think he's gonna try to. He's coming in with like a iron sickle. Some of his things, some of his alliances, some of the people that he is known to run with, meaning Putin. After he loses the presidency, all of a sudden Russia and Ukraine go to war. Now we probably finna stop supporting them, and that's just and that's just who he is. I'm sorry, I hate to say that, but that's who he showed us who he was the first time, and he's just the same cat in there this time. I'm sorry.
One more set of numbers right quick. Look at the and this one, what education, race, and gender. If you look at voters of color with the college degree, Hillary Clinton was at plus 50, Biden at plus 43, Harris at 30 plus 33.
What if the right tax?
That's what done it.
No, what did it was the Latino vote, Mike. That's what did it. The Latino vote.
Latino. I know, but I'm saying we should have been higher on that. I think too, a lot of black people that are in a higher tax bracket that are working in these Fortune 500 companies supported Trump, and that just trickled down effect too.
Like I said, I didn't want to spend the whole time with it because and right here, Straw's big point. The younger voters shifted toward Trump. Voters 18 and 29 years old, Clinton plus 19, Biden plus 24, Harris went all the way down to plus 11. 30 to 44, plus 10, plus 16, plus 1, and 45 to 64. Trump a plus 8, then Trump plus 1, then went back up to plus 10, made a 9-point game. And 65 years or older was a tie on this election. It was point plus 7 for Trump, plus 5 Trump in 2020, and then a tie. So the younger, two things can be true. Younger votes went down. Latino votes went up for Trump. Bottom line. In rural America, of course, I just don't see how Trump benefits you because all he cares about is the rich, and you still haven't seen the change. So,
I mean, when you go into that rural area vote, that's when a lot of the black versus white comes in, man versus woman comes in my opinion.
Yeah.
One last thing before we move on to sports, because I mean we gotta. I'm just tired. I'm just gonna show this. I'm gonna show this map of Georgia right quick.
I'm gonna forgive.
This is Georgia.
I need to understand.
Just so that we're not lying about rural areas. Just look. Columbus, Macon, where I'm at, Atlanta area, Athens, Augusta, Savannah.
Edge control. Seriously,
you know what's right. You know what this is right here, Mike.
That's the Negro area, sir.
No, the red area. That's Peach County.
Oh, the red. That's the rural. Yeah, I know.
That's Fort Valley.
Yeah.
Go right here. That's Houston County right here.
There's a lot of them down there in Houston County.
So
they're not like us. They not like us.
No, they're not. I don't know why these folks even ran. They didn't give a full percent. Anyway, so that's our election coverage we didn't do last week. So I just wish Mr. Major was on tonight, give his perspective, because his black thought is more thought provoking than party shots. So let's get on to college football before I get more matter when I am right now. Go Dogs. What the hell happened, Mike?
Georgia's inability to run the football, Georgia's inability to
Throw the football.
block. There's a lot of inabilities to do stuff offensively. But let me just say this about Georgia and Georgia football. You know, I've been a diehard Georgia fan since birth. Just like my cousin over there, I've been since birth. And us winning them 2 national championships back to back, you know, we're happy. What has happened with Georgia? Georgia now has gone into another stratosphere to where everybody expects them to win every game, and every game is a blowout, and it's just not happening this year. Remember, during the middle of Alabama dynasty, they had a year where they went 9-3, and that was actually the year Auburn won the national championship. You're not going to win a national championship or play perfect football every year. This is just part of the job that we in as Georgia football right now. This may not be that team. This may not be that year. I don't think this dynasty is over, but it may not. It may not be it. Like I said, Alabama with Nick Saban in those 15, 16 years, he won 6 national titles and I think played in like 9 teams. And he had a year or two, several years. He didn't make the playoffs, or they didn't have a Alabama type year. This may be that year for Georgia. But you see so many people bashing Carson Beck, they bashing Bobo, they bashing this. I see all the stuff in these Bulldogs Facebook pages and the message boards and all that. Hey man, I'm a Georgia fan. I'm disappointed somewhat to how they playing. But one thing about it right now to this day, Georgia wins out. Georgia gets in the playoff. And if Georgia gets in the playoff, they're going to be as dangerous as any team in the field. But this just may not be that team. Georgia, and one more thing before I go. People don't realize too, man, Georgia's still, they're a young football team. When I say young, if you got more freshmen and sophomore than you do upperclassmen, you consider it a young football team. And Georgia's a young football team. And the future is bright. But like I say, this just may not be that year.
Go ahead, Straw.
I'm going to be honest with you. I filed a complaint with the SEC on behalf of the Georgia Bulldogs, simply because of the fact that I understand we were losing in the second half, but those pyrotechnics and all the smoke and everything else, I just felt like that was an unfair advantage. It's raining cats and dogs. Why you shooting off pyrotechnics? But I digress. That's just one point.
Man, that ain't got nothing to do with getting your ass whooped 28-10.
Wait. I said I digress. I digress.
Okay. All right, my bad.
But my thing is this: they just didn't play well. Period. That day. I just feel like I totally agree with Michael. We got everything. I mean, they have everything in front of them to the point to where it's just one of them games where, you know, this week is huge. You got to get over this hump this week. You got to play better as a team. You can't put it all on Carson Beck's shoulder. You can't put it all on Mike Bobo's shoulders. You have to play better as a team on both sides of the ball. We need to run the ball better. We're going to have to catch. We're going to have to play defense a whole lot better. I need that Georgia team that played against Texas to show up this weekend for the rest of the season. Because like Michael said, it's just like a kick return. If we catch the ball and we just get a sliver of light, we can still take this thing to the house. But can we get the sliver of light? Can everybody block and tackle like they're supposed to so we can take it to the house? So yeah, I'm disappointed. And like Michael said, it might not be that team. But if we go down, I'm gonna go down too, because I still believe in this football team.
And you know something, man? With the exception of the first 2 games of the year, Clemson and Tennessee Tech, Georgia hadn't played good football all year. Even though they 7-2, every game that Georgia has played has damn near been a dogfight. The Kentucky game, the Auburn game didn't become over to the fourth quarter. Mississippi State game, Mississippi State, one or two plays here, they back in that game. So Georgia hadn't played good football really all season. I mean, let's just be real about it.
You know what? That's what I'm saying, Mike. I'm just like that Texas game when they came out. Now they didn't play a complete game that game, but they played a great first half and came out and punched Texas dead in the mouth. I need that type of aggression the rest of the season. At different, but I need a complete game too. I need that because I mean that's the only way that you're gonna be able to make it. And like we were saying a couple of weeks ago, if you get that 5 seed, you the most dangerous 5 seed in the country.
I think Georgia is going to be kind of tough for them to get that 5 seed. Georgia may be a double-digit seed if they get in, which means they would have to go probably to one of them Big Ten schools for a game, Penn State, Indiana.
I think so. We really got 2 games of note that are left: Tennessee and Georgia Tech. If we show out in those games, I'm talking about show out. I'm talking about if we can beat Tennessee by 10 to 14 points and then just go out and UMass is not UMass shouldn't be a problem. And then go out and just throttle Georgia Tech. But Georgia Tech has had some sneaky good games. They've had some sneaky, really, really good games. We have to beat them. Those are competitive football games. We have to have good showings in those games. And I think they will be, if they are single digit seed, I think it'll be a low single digit seed. It'll be a 8 or a 9. But that's only way you can go.
Yeah.
Georgia's got to win out, and Georgia's got to get help.
Texas got to lose. Texas got to lose.
No, Texas ain't necessarily got to lose. Georgia still get in. They just got to get some help from some teams. Help them to lose. That's all.
I'm saying if Texas loses, they should. Texas lose to Texas A&M. Texas A&M lose the one more game. Looking at their schedule, they'll be able to be in the SEC championship game. That's what I'm looking at. Because the Longhorns and Texas A&M play, I believe, at the end of the year. If they beat Tennessee, they'll give them the tiebreaker, and they need the Longhorns to lose one more game. That's what I'm saying. Either Texas A&M or the Longhorns need to lose one more game so they can go ahead and jump them to make it to the SEC championship game.
Well, see, let me tell you something about that right now, though. With 2 losses, you get into the SEC championship game and lose, you might not get in the playoffs with 3 losses.
I don't know.
So I don't know if going to the SEC championship game is the goal or should be the goal, especially with 2 losses.
I think we just need to play who in front of us, take it week by week. And like the great Kevin Garnett said, when he won his championship, anything is possible.
Let's move on to the LSU Tigers. Go Tigers! They got Straw. In my Brian Kelly seat, temperature getting a little warm in there.
Little bit, it's a little warm, but I think that because he's missing Perkins over there, I think they may give him a pass because Perkins supposed to be more of a defensive pressure, more of a guy that was going to stop what happened this past week. He's supposed to be able to put some pressure, and he lost him for the season. So it's getting a little warm. I think they'll give him a little bit of a pass. He's got some good talent. Good talent there. I don't think it's going to be. Now they go out and fumble next year around and don't do well. Yeah, it's going to be a scorcher.
Man, let me tell you something about the hot seat with coaches and with this 12-team playoff. If you are a supposedly an elite Power 4 school and don't make the playoffs year in and year out, your job is on the line. Your job is on the line. USC coach Lincoln Riley, your job is on the line. If James Franklin lose 1 or 2 more games this season and don't get in the playoffs, see now with 12 teams, you got a little leeway. With that 4 teams, it was tough. But with 12, and you're supposed to be considered a big time program, everybody's seat hot. So if I'm LSU, and it's probably what LSU may do, Brian Kelly's safe this year. Brian Kelly don't get in them playoffs next year, Brian Kelly gonna be gone. And while we speaking about somebody being gone, let me say this too. I know he just won a national championship and all that at Michigan, but Sharon Moore, he don't mess around getting a bowl game this year, number one. But if he don't get in the playoffs the next 2 years, after year 3, he gonna be gone.
I don't even be honest with you, man. I think he gonna be the scapegoat. I think at the middle, if he don't have a good, if they don't make a bowl game this year, and if he fumble around next year and lose some games he shouldn't lose, I think they'll get rid of him by the middle of next year. Because he's the scapegoat. He's the scapegoat for everything. They gonna say we won a national championship. We gave the ball to Sharon, but he's supposed to carry on like him. Oh, he didn't do it? Yeah, let's get who we want. But we just gave him the job because Jim left to go to California to coach. In the pro.
See, Sharon Moore did win games when Jim was out too.
He was 6-0.
Saving him also.
He won 6-0.
Oh, I ain't know that many games.
I'm just letting you know it's a lot of stuff that's going against him, and he ain't off to a great start this year.
Yeah, Sharon Moore was 6-0 when Jim was gone last year. Jim is half the season, just about half the season, still won the title. That just give a testament that team was a pro-ready team pretty much, and Sharon had that. And I think by losing Jim, you lost a lot of players: Blake Corum, JJ McCarthy, Roma Duze, not Roma Wilson, I believe, not Duze. Duze is at Washington. You lost a lot of talent on that team too. So that's a rebuilding year. So I think they're gonna give him grace this year, and next year we're gonna see what happens, especially with this expanded Big 10, which is really the Big 18. If bowl game, I think they won 5 games. I think they had 5 wins. Mike,
they 5-5, I think.
You get one more win. You slide one in there. Brian Day might give you one more, but you just need one more.
So, Brian Day, where they? Well, that's that.
Let's move to Colorado. Do you believe now, Mike?
I've been believing in Deion. I've been believing in him. It's gonna be a funny little game this weekend against Utah, but I've been believing in Deion. Anytime you got top 5, top 10 picks, you ain't got no trouble but to win.
Go ahead, Straw.
I believed in the fact when he was at Jackson State and took the Colorado job, I knew it was only a matter of time. He brought talent with him. He continues to get talent. Believe it or not, he has stirred up that offensive line that was hoarse at best last year, and the defense is playing great now. The defense is playing like they got a chip on the shoulder. And I don't care what you believe. I don't care who done told you otherwise. But Travis Hunter is that dude. Long as you got Travis Hunter on your team, you got a shot. And he had another year of seasoning. So yeah, that's all right there. I believe Deion.
I mean, I'm gonna have to say that over the last 10, 15 years, Travis Hunter is one of the 5 or 10 best players to play. I honestly would say that. And there's been a lot of studs come through college the last 5, 10 years. But what Travis Hunter's special, man. That dude's special.
I have never seen anybody play on both sides of the ball as well. I mean, we can go back to Charles Woodson, but I think that he was like gimmicky. But I mean, just the line, this man lines up and starts on both sides of the football and plays extremely well. The question is, where is he going to play in the pros? I guess that's the next question. But if he continues to have continues to have great games, especially in this Utah game coming up and the rest of the season, The Heisman race is between him and Ashton Jenkins.
Shit, don't forget Cam Ward now.
He gonna be there. He gonna be there, but I don't think it. Cam Ward in those games where it was close, I think he needed to show a little more dominance. And then Georgia Tech comes in and showed that last year wasn't a fluke. So I mean, even though it was, but they came back and that's what they built their win on this past week.
Is Cristobal seat warming up, or is just
No, man. I'm trying to fire everybody, Fade.
I ain't trying to fire him. I don't think you should fire him. I don't think he's gonna be fired. I just ask.
No, his seat's not warm, Fabian. No, sir.
If anything, they thrown some water on the seat because they extinguished a lot of things. Because if he would have came out and had a good year this year, it would have been red hot. But he came out and they've only got one loss, and they went out. Show me what you can do. You in the college football playoffs. Show me what you can do. When everything is on the line, show me what you can do.
I want to ask y'all this: looking at the playoff committee's top 12, you see anything that's a little off-putting for you guys?
No, not for me.
I don't see anything right off. You see something, Faye?
I'm looking at. Let me see if I could go to the. I'm gonna pull up so I can make sure I get it right. Top 4. Let me see. Let me make this a little bit bigger so I can look at it right quick better. I don't agree with Georgia dropping 9 spots. I'm not a Georgia fan, but I don't agree with dropping 9.
I thought they would at least been in the top 12. That was, if it's a such thing as a quality loss, I thought that that was a quality loss, but the way they lost dropped them even further.
They 12 straw. They 12. The problem is Boise State gets in as an automatic qualifier for possibly being the highest rank for Power 5, not Power 5, but Group of 5 conference, Group of 5 championship winner.
I agree with it. Good job, committee. Georgia didn't play good, and Georgia shouldn't be in front of Ole Miss. So I totally agree with that.
Right.
And Penn State 4.
And they got but one loss.
Right.
Bad loss. BY, folks make it a big deal about Indiana being disrespected, but you have not played anybody in your non-conference schedule. Nobody.
Yeah, they undefeated though. We're gonna see what Indiana made of next weekend when they go to Columbus.
Yeah, that's gonna be an eye opener right there. I'm gonna tell you a team to look out for. Y'all probably might not think I'm crazy, but SMU is a team to look out for because
I agree.
That's gonna be an elimination game if the Miami wins out and both those teams wins out. That's an elimination game for the playoff spot. And Colorado, we just talked about them 5 minutes ago. If Colorado can win out and beat BYU in the championship game, they get an automatic qualifier. They're automatic qualifier based on being a Big 4 conference champ. They'll be as lower seed. They'll probably, if I had to guess, Mike, if Boise State wins out and they move up a little bit, I would not be surprised if they play somebody like Notre Dame and get their door blown off. But this is Notre Dame. Their offense is like a 75 box Chevy. You got to keep trying to rev that joker up, won't start. Then you got to pop. If it's a stick, you got to pop the clutch. It might not start. You had to replace the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you might look out for. But I wouldn't be surprised if Colorado played Notre Dame. I would not be surprised if Colorado get out the first round, then get the door blown off by somebody like Oregon or Miami. But I wouldn't be surprised if they make it, if they win the last question for moving NFL. We got maybe 10-15 minutes. If Deion wins the Big 12, is he the coach of the year, the national coach of the year?
No, I think Butterfield, Indiana gonna get it.
It's Cignetti.
I think Cignetti. If they continue on this good path, Not saying they go undefeated, but even if they get 1 or 2 losses, I mean, you got to understand that Indiana, in my opinion, was an afterthought. When you put Indiana on the schedule, you should be okay. That's a win. Now he's made it to where, oh, win? Okay, I got something to show you. And they've been coming step for step. Step for step. So yeah, I give it to Signet.
Yeah, that thing is looking. Wow, this is gonna be crazy. Matter of fact, let's say for instance, Colorado ranked 17. They went out and win the conference championship. There's a possibility they might be the second or third, the third or fourth seed. The third or fourth seed, and to get a bye.
Like Michael Jackson said, dangerous.
The thing is, I'm gonna say Mama Son Michael song. Let's get to the chat right quick. Anto saying all UJ got to do is win Saturday and they're in. If they're the one they pass Saturday, they're in. Be honest with you. Tennessee, I don't trust Hyper at just yet. Yeah, that's why I just say Anto they'll get a bye if Colorado gets in. They'll get a bye. They'll mess around and get a bye. If they mess around and get a bye, and if they like the 4 and have to probably play somebody like Brian Day in a big game. I feel bad for Brian Day because if he loses to Colorado, he's gonna get fired. I'm telling you. But let's move on to the NFL. Let's talk about the winners and losers this past weekend. We see it strong. We see the terrible Titans. They look decent. You beat a rookie quarterback. Congratulations.
Wait a minute now. A lot of teams ain't beat this rookie quarterback now. A lot of teams have not beat this rookie quarterback.
He hasn't looked the same since the ribs got baked. Ribs got grilled 3 weeks ago. He looked the same. He hasn't looked the same. He hasn't looked the same.
And I'm going to put the mask for him, Mike. I'm going to pull out the mask for him.
No, hell no.
No Noche Libre. You're gonna pull out the Noche Libre, man. All right, NFL. The Texans. Yeah, the Texans. They lost the game. They forced 5 turnovers. CJ Stroud looks.
Lisa defense still playing hard for DeMeco Ryans.
Hey, y'all remember when I think the Jets played Texans on Thursday night about 2 weeks ago, right? You saw the interaction between DeMeco Ryans and Aaron Rodgers. Good, because there was no interaction because Aaron Rodgers tried to speak to DeMeco Ryan. DeMeco Ryan was avoiding him because he got that boy fired. Remember, these in San Francisco together.
Did not know that. Did not know that.
All right. Let me ask y'all guys this: we go ahead and give Lamar this MVP, or we're gonna hold tight for a couple more weeks?
Okay, so just hear me out.
Man, let's hold off. Let's hold off. He is probably the front runner right now, but let's see what the rest of the season gonna bring. We still got 8 weeks to go.
He's pushy like the people are trying to you know, the airport or the mall.
You got to beat Pittsburgh. You got to split the season series with Pittsburgh. You got to split it. You got to win. Perfectly, you need to win this one.
Exactly what he's doing. He's trying to.
This is the one you need to win because you don't want to go down 2 games to Pittsburgh. Really 2.5 because they have the tiebreaker at that point until y'all meet again in week 14, I believe, or 14, 15. You got to win this Sunday. You got to, and they're gonna have to probably run an ace formation. Have somebody on that left float with Watt and stop him.
I just don't want
you cannot let Watt get in that backfield no matter what.
I mean, you can see that's if you take away Watt, it used to be that was all you had. You take away Watt, that was all you had. Now you have to worry about Highsmith.
Yeah, get that
Highsmith is the one they forget about, but next thing you know, he's in your face and you're on the ground. So Yeah, if you want to program against Watt, that's fine. The defense is better. If the defense is good, has been good, but it's been primarily Minka Fitzpatrick and TJ Watt. Now you got Minka, TJ, Patrick Queen. Don't forget we got Joey Porter on the outside doing his thing, and you got Highsmith. So
don't forget Bailey. Don't forget Bailey, your rookie cornerback Bailey.
you got yeah. Don't forget about him. But also don't forget about Eldon Roberts in the middle. That man, I call him Mr. Kamikaze because he coming through there to hit you. He coming through there. So it's going to be interesting. This one's going to be interesting simply because of the fact that I want to see Zay Flowers, see how he match up against Joey Porter. Joey Porter going everywhere Zay Flowers going to go. And the other key thing, and Washington found out the hard way, Mike Williams can play. He can still play. They buried him in New York. He can still play, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm stressed. Thank you. Is it good? That's good. So what's up? Talk to me. I only got 30 minutes for lunch. This shit.
You sleep over there?
I have to pull my down.
That's how you sleep.
Okay.
So switching conferences and straight to you, Mike. What we've talked about this offline? What is going on in Dallas? What needs to happen?
The season need to end. It need to be January the 4th, 2025. In the season. This is just something that happened. Dak done got hurt. Dallas didn't address some needs in the in the off season, like running back. They went out and got a linebacker that ain't that good. They put money in that. Not Georgia. Cowboys have got to do a better job at free agent signing. Jerry Jones has done a good job with the draft, but he hasn't done a good job with free agents. The O-line is young. You don't have a run stop on defense. You got a lot of glaring holes on that team. The Cowboys. Now, this is the thing about that. With CeeDee Lamb, Michael Parsons, and Dak Prescott, you are 4 or 5 players away from being back in the contender mode. But they got to get a defensive lineman, a linebacker. They need a stud-ass safety and a running back. They can get those. Cowboys can be back in business.
All right, now, so here's my thing. You paid CeeDee. You paid Dak. You tied up a good chunk of your cap for next year. And those are some glaring issues that you just discussed. How do you address at least half of those issues, but you know you got that much tied up in 2 players?
I got a strike gold in the draft. I can't miss off on my first 3 picks in the draft. My first 3 picks have got to be starters for me next year. Whether it's a running back, a D lineman, a linebacker, I've got to strike gold. That's the only way. And I'm not going to be able to bring no big-time free agency in here. I've got to strike gold.
Looking at the Cowboys salary cap for next year, they are let's just say if Dak is a oh wow, that's a lot of damn money. If he is a pre-June 1 cut, just say we just cut him, which they're not going to do. He's $150 million against the cap. The cap hit will be $61 million. If he's post-June 1, he got $90 million against the cap, but be zero savings. Be zero savings. Just be like a $90 million cap hit. And if you look at CeeDee Lamb, he'll be a $35 million. He's a $35 million cap hit, and $27 million of his salary is guaranteed. 7.6 is signing money. Dak's signing bonus, dog. But next year, you know what he gonna get on a signing bonus next year?
What?
$42 million.
My product didn't do this to her head.
47.7 base salary.
About to get nasty.
So this Joker's finna get $90 million. Matter of fact, he gonna get $42 million on the third day of the new league year in March. Then his salary $47 million. Man, he hamstring like ribs I put on the grill. It fell off the bone. It fell off the bone.
Fell off the bone, bro. That's
Fell off the
crazy.
bone. All right, last question before we get out of here. We're making good time. Chiefs and Bills this weekend. What's the key to the game, Mike, for the Bills? And the Bills got almost all the offensive players out.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Amari Cooper might not play. Keon Coleman is out. Kincaid is out. So Amari Cooper might be out still with the wrist. The flick of the wrist.
Josh Allen and James Cook.
What's wrong?
That's the key.
You and Gary really think you can just ruin people's lives and get away with it?
That's a heck of a key. Okay. Well, we'll stack the box and we're gonna send Chris Jones right up, straight up the middle. Get him.
Get him.
Okay, I don't understand what's happening.
All right, let me do a round robin. So we already know the Jets and the Saints are fired their coaches. I'm gonna name some teams. Without firing, but who would be the best fit? I'm gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna give Ryan a team, then I'm gonna give Mike a team like that. All right. Jacksonville. Who would you hire?
What in blue blazers is going on in here?
Mike.
What is this?
Cliff Kingsbury. Trevor Lawrence, I think, need a quarterback whisper.
Straw, Chicago.
Woo, this is gracious. I don't know if you really want to mess with it simply because of the fact that you had such good success this year.
In Chicago?
I mean, you've had moderate success starting out. I think I don't want to do the same thing to Caleb Williams that we did to Justin Fields. That's me. That's me. I don't know. I'm lost right now because I'm thinking of somebody that could actually help them, and I don't know if anybody's style would come in and actually be dominant enough and to help that whole entire franchise.
Looking Raleigh, but the Bears did not. Matt Nagy did not like Justin Fields. Did not like Mitchell Trubisky, so they drafted Justin Fields. They fired Matt Nagy after one year under Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles brought in Eberflus. He did not like Justin Fields. You had the opportunity to draft C.J. Stroud last year. You didn't draft him. You traded the pick to Carolina. This year you had Carolina's pick, but Jaden Daniels. We didn't see this thing with Jaden Daniels, but Jaden Daniels played 53 games in college football. So experience matters and getting the reps count. That's where playing football is better for you. If I'm the Bears, there's two people I'm throwing money at. I'm throwing money at Rex Ryan, or I'm going after Ben Johnson.
Does Rex still have it though?
I think he does. I just think I said this on the show a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you remember this. Rex Ryan made the biggest mistake in coaching when he went to coach the Bills instead of going to coach the Falcons.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep, you didn't say that.
The Falcons would have had a Super Bowl.
The only other person I think that could do it, and I hate to lose him because he's doing such a good job as an OC in Pittsburgh, for Arthur Smith. Give him a shot.
Well, on 2K?
In Chicago, give him a shot.
Mike Vrabel. That's another name right there. He would keep getting about Mike Vrabel.
If he can, Vrabel will bring a good presence, and then the defensive side of the football will pick up a little bit, I think.
He's been a coach before. You don't need to train him. He's been a coach. That's the one thing. Let me keep it moving. LA Vegas Raiders. I'm firing Antonio Pierce. You know, already fire half your offensive staff. You might as well fire yourself now.
That you went out and got.
Man.
You went out and got CP3, right? So they have on his thing.
Man, I go with Ben Johnson, man. Give me Ben Johnson out there. Give me another voice. But I mean, I think they took a chance on him. I think they took a good chance on him. I don't see him going anywhere, Fabe. I think if he gets the right OC and right DC to follow what he wants to do, then the Raiders could be back. But I think it's a personnel thing on the players. It's one of them things where you're going to have to get some better players. I need a better quarterback. I need some, you know what I'm saying? I need some people in there that's gonna actually do the work. Max Crosby can't be your star on both sides of the ball. He only plays defense. So
the Raiders had a chance to get Dak. 1-4 on the road. That's right. So this is a win. We could have traded for Dak this year and extended him. We're supposed to be the team when you got traded for him this summer, this spring, excuse me, and extended him. That's what I would have did. I would have traded for Dak. I would have traded for Dak. I would have gave it 2 firsts and a third. -7.5.
Well, look, I'm looking at the Bengals, right? Anthony Davis putting up MVP numbers, some career high numbers.
Cincinnati Bengals, Mike.
I don't know if I will find nobody. Cincinnati is 4-6. They like maybe 2 games out the playoff. You know the potential they got. I'm not fine, Zach. I think Cincinnati still got a chance to get in the playoff. No, I'm not fine.
I'm not firing Stefanski in Cleveland. He's if they just
he got been kind of handicapped because I really think that the losses that he's had the past couple of years from major players, such as this year Watson going down, and then you had Chubb go down. You start the year with a healthy Chubb, you got a good football team. You can run the football, and that you open up your play action. Your offense is way better. And with that being said, you might not even make that Amari Cooper deal. You might not even do that.
Yeah. Just for Deshaun Watson's cap number is $73 million, right? His dead money will be $173 million. If they cut him, he'll be $100 million cap deficit.
Now we're talking about Wendy. They're going to get Wendy coming off of 50 points. Ask the Broncos about that.
Yeah, I mean, if they restructure his deal, which they need to do, it'll be a $33 million savings if they restructure his deal. They're restructuring probably trade. You don't want to extend him. If you trade him post June 1, he'll be a $46 million cap saving. Before June, it'd be if you trade before June, it'd be a $8 million deficit, $80 million cap hit.
Serious business. Do we think we've gotten all that we're gonna get out of Deshaun Watson?
Yeah,
he came in late last year. This year he got injured.
And it's the trust that
got injured the last 2 years. I'm gonna say this again. I don't condone none of the stuff he did. Y'all know how I felt about that for the last couple of years. The thing was, what messed him up was when the Texans sat him the whole year.
We need to see that translate over to road.
The Texans sat him the whole year. They basically said, "Dude, don't even come to work." That's what threw him off. If that nigga sleeps, that dude sleep. He's scoring.
Home for now, though, for the Los Angeles.
But I don't right now. And the Giants, we'll do one more team because I think everybody else should be about safe. Maybe Shane Steichen might be on the hot seat.
Maybe the Giants need to make another call at Daniel Jones. Maybe it ain't the coach. Maybe it's the quarterback.
Joe Shane made that decision. Joe Shane should be on the hot seat because you chose Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley. But let me give you this bit of a caveat before we go. You did go to the playoffs with Daniel Jones in your first year, and you won a playoff game.
They won a playoff game with Daboll?
They beat the Minnesota Vikings, and then the next round they lost to the Eagles.
Sure did.
So we can't say it's the quarterback because proof of concept is there.
He ain't played good since then, Faye.
He got hurt last year. He only played in like 5-7 games last year and got tore a knee up.
I don't know about the coach over there. I think they got to get better quarterback play. They got to get better personnel. They got to get better players.
Your defense is solid. Your defense is top 7. Defense is top 7. Your defense is solid. You got Andrew Thomas. If he stay healthy, you're fine. Neighbors is going to be a stud. Your running game looks like a trash can though. But
he's a stud now.
Yeah. I think the Giants were waiting on Joe Alt. They were hoping the Charger would take Malik Neighbors. But Joe Alt would have been perfect on that right side of that Giants offensive line. Well, Harbaugh building something. Still ain't gonna beat the Chiefs though, but she building something. And the Cowboys, last team.
What about Kellen Moore? Would he come back?
I wouldn't.
I want to be honest with you. I would say I think they were waiting on Sean Payton, and I think they still waiting on Sean Payton. But I really, it goes deeper than that to me. I understand Jerry Jones wants to be the owner and the general manager, but please give somebody else the reins, please. And I mean, it's his team. He can do what he wants to do. And most Fortune 500 companies, the person that makes the decisions is the person that, whether good or bad, their success lies on that person. So let's give somebody else a try at being general manager. Let's try to see what happens. If you don't like it, it's your team. Take it back.
But he hadn't done, and I mentioned this a while ago. He hadn't done necessarily a bad job at the GM. He has drafted well since he's been the general manager. He has drafted real well.
The other caveat is what? If you're going to be a general manager, you have to be good in the draft. And what else? You said it.
Free agency.
You had a chance. I mean, what's his name is out there? Henry's having a great year. Could have had. We can get him.
Could have had him for cheap. Could have had him for $6 million. No state tax in Texas. Matter of fact, don't even think about Henry. If you'd have signed that and CD Lamb in March, you would have had $30 million in cap space this year.
Wow.
A true Venus clam.
You'd have signed them in March. You'd have had $30 million to go after some people like old boy that went to the Falcons. Was it Bates? You could have had Bates.
Yep, Jesse Bates.
Could have had Simmons. I think Simmons also went to
They with the Falcons.
With the Falcons. And guess who you could have probably had too for draft cap? You could have had Matthew Judon.
Presented by Steve Farr. The Los Angeles Lakers look to continue their early season home success as they welcome.
That's enough sports for tonight.
Who y'all like Friday night in this boxing match? Jake Paul or Mike Tyson?
I want Mike Tyson until I see Jake Paul knock him out.
I want to see, Mike. I believe in it. Old Mike before I believe in the Jake Paul.
I'm with you on that.
I don't care. Mike be 50, 55, 75, 85, 69, 11. I'm going Mike Tyson.
If they take him off his medication before that fight and he gets mad, it's over.
Oh, real quick, Fade. What did you think about Klay Thompson playing his old teammates last night?
Oh, I got two things I want to talk about. I forgot we didn't put on the board, but I think Klay had a good game. I think Steve Kerr screwed him last year. He looked solid. I think Dallas is one piece away. I think Dallas is 20 pounds away. You know where 20 pounds are coming from?
Well,
Luka.
Overweight.
He's 20 pounds away.
Chug it up.
Stop drinking Modelo. Stella Artois. Stop drinking it. Just stop.
Drink it chug it up.
What do you think about Kentucky last night, Mike?
Kentucky looked good, man. Kentucky last night reminded me of the Rick Pitino Kentucky teams. The 3-point shooting teams and the fast-paced kind of team. It looked good last night. But better believe, I'm a Duke fan. Duke is going to be a team that you're going to mention when they come March. Them young boys going to get it. They're going to get it clicking. Duke is going to be a team you have to reckon with. But Kentucky is going to be all right, man.
Yeah, Proctor should have had the ball in the lab for 2 minutes. Proctor should have had the ball.
Yeah.
That's our show for tonight. My head hurts. We're going to do this again next week. We out.
All right, we out.
Be safe, be blessed, be kind, be good, gentlemen, ladies, all in TV land.
Yep. We out.